Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video on my YouTube channel. Today we are in Saint-Étienne here and we are going to visit the mine, the principal mine of this city, which was one of the greatest mining cities from the 18th century to the 20th century. Let's go! So here we are in the Puit Couriot of Saint-Étienne, which is the main entrance of this mine. And just now we are going to visit the underground. This mine was built in 1911, but the coal from this region has been exploited in an industrial scale since the 18th century. The mine closed its door definitively in 1973. So here we are in the lock room of the miners. And every miner has just one basket which was linked to a chain, just like this. And it takes back his clothes and puts his miner clothes and go to the mine. So here we are in the lamp house. Every miner, after taking on his clothes, went in this room and took back his lamp. So he took this part to his belt and this part to his helmet. So here we are in the refueling workshop where miners put some fuel in their lamp in order to get the flame. But you have to know that it was very dangerous to bring a fire lamp in the underground because of the gas which was bursting due to the flame. So here you have just like iron cards or items which was just the ID for the miners. And here you have my grandfather's one, who was Robert Laffont. Just behind me, you have the winding engine. It was the motor installed in 1936, which allowed the elevator to be lifted up full of men and coal. So here you have what we call the chevalet of the mine. It is actually the elevator of the mine in order to go underground. Here we are in the elevation room. You have two types of elevators. The first one, on the upper part, is for the main carts, which are full of coal or empty. And the second part, under the first one, is for people or horses. As you can hear, the inside of the mine was very noisy, and that's why I have to speak this way. So the miners had to take this little train twice a day in order to get to their work area, and it's also the passage that was used to bring out the coal-filled minecarts. Working in the mine was quite dangerous. The main dangers in the mine were rock falls and toxic rock and coal dust, but also and especially the gas that we call grisou. The miners had to break the coal with their jackhammer and then lay the coal blocks on a conveyor belt that came directly into the mine carts. In the 19th century, Saint-Étienne had one of the most important mines in France. The coal then extracted made it possible to heat the houses, but especially to make function the steam engine. This machine was found on trains, but also in all the companies of the time. That's about 900,000 tons of coal were used per year just in Saint-Étienne. The mine was the center of the life at the time. Almost all the workers in the area of Saint-Étienne worked in the coal mine. Men, women, but also children were working. despite their hard work, the miners and their family were housed for free, and they didn't pay for public transportation and for coal to heat their house. These advantages allowed the miners to spend their money in local industries and thus allowed the city to develop its economy and grow. Children worked in the mine too. From the age of 8, they helped miners in their work, cared for horses, or snuck into narrow tunnels to reach impossible areas for adults. The miners could not come to the surface during their lunch break, so they had to eat in the mine, in the dust and the dark. When they came back from the mine, the miners had a black face because of the coal dust. They had to take a good shower before they went home and take care of their families. Miners were called gueules noires because of this natural makeup. Once the coal is out of the ground, it is washed and sorted by the miners, and all the waste is piled up, forming big hills that we call crassiers in Saint-Étienne. So this is the end of our trip in Saint-Étienne, in the mine of the Puit Couriot. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe!